Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today, have you ever felt like you're living in a lie? Discover how the spirits of your loved ones are manipulating your reality and learn to break free from the chains of illusion. So today we're going to get right on into it. This is titled How to Keep the Faith, the Cold Truth of Unseen Chains, the grooming spirit. This is the grooming spirit. Okay. They call it the grooming spirit, but these are chains. The chains in the chains in the chains, CHAINS, chains in the spirit. I'm gonna write it down here below. These are chains. The chains in the spirit. Chains that are wrapped around your neck slowly, but you don't know that you've been in this grip. You don't know that you're in this grip, but it's around your neck and it's slowly dangling you up, up, up off the ground, right? You ever had those type of dreams where you're in the dream, you're in this relationship with this person, and this can go for any type of relationship, but I'm only speaking, not only speaking, but I'm gonna give you a good example of one. Okay, one example that will kind of give you a brief overview of what I'm saying. But this is the thing. Have you ever had a dream where you're in this relationship, you're going down this dark road? Either you see a bunch of dogs in their packs, you see a bunch of dogs in their packs trying to get you, especially if you are a woman going into a relationship. And it could be for a man who is of God going into a relationship. But overall, it is you in a relationship, the relationship that's between you and this person, the connection between you and this person, which is not marriage, but it's a connection between you and this person. It could be sexual, it could be a child, but it's never marriage. Marriage is not in the equation with this person. Sometimes they'll go as far as marrying you, but you'll have to deal with a lot of the words that come from their mouth that is evil and wicked and against you. Okay, and and it still be unrighteous. Okay, so it's a lot of things going on out here in society that you do not know about in your faith. In your faith walk, there'll be a lot of people that you do not know that are out here doing certain things, connecting to you in your bloodline because they know that you are who you are. And they want to connect with you through your bloodline. They're going to always be available if they have intimacy with you, sexual encounters with you, if they uh, have a baby with you, or even within close proximity with you. They know that some kind of thing some kind of way, they can always have that connection with you and be in the spirit, walking with you wherever you go. Okay? Because all they need to do is get that closeness to you. And either way, they got you. Okay? Either way, they got you. But they're always talking with that smooth tongue. They always talking with the smooth tongue. You know, the Lord said that our tongue was a ready pen. And he also said that uh, that inside the mouth was a sepulchre, which is a grave. He also said that inside your mouth is a sepulchre, a grave, a living, breathing grave. If you put all this together, you'll know exactly what I'm trying to say. Your tongue was already penned. He also said that your tongue was a small member. Your tongue was a small member of the of a part of the host um, of Christ. It was one of the small members of the host of Christ, and it can also turn deadly. You understand? Like it can also turn deadly for you on your journey, causing things to be manipulated, right? And then you speak certain things that you are not to speak out of your mouth. And you do certain things because once you are groomed, you speak certain ways, you do certain things, and you basically beat up your own body because of being groomed. You were groomed from birth, okay? And being grooming is the same thing as relationship, okay? It's the same thing as relationship. Um, but let me just say this again, if you've ever had a dream where you're hanging up on a chain around your neck, this is grooming. That person is trying to groom you in that way. If you ever seen a pack of dogs in your dream and the pack is coming back for that dog, that's grooming. If that dog is walking down the street looking for you, that's grooming you. Sometimes they could be grooming for their family. Sometimes they could be grooming for themselves. Sometimes they can be grooming. Well, all the time they are grooming for a spirit, which is the curse that has brought them thus far and not the blessing. So they don't really want marriage. They don't want marriage for real. They don't really want to be with you for real. But long after you're gone, they're gonna still love you. And it's not love. Love, this relationship, this grooming relationship is love in deception. Okay, it's love in the image of deception, which is why you're never supposed to go back to your ex or anybody that you've ever been in a relationship with. And this is why, because of grooming. They've been grooming you for a long time. So, of course, some of you may go back, some of you might. Some of you, as you go into other relationships, you might not even appreciate the person you with because that illusion is over you. They got your neck by the chains. You understand what I'm saying? They got your neck by the chains. So illusion happens when you out of breath. When the chains take over when the chain is around your neck, you hallucinate and then you die. You get what I'm saying? When a chain is around your neck and you dangling from that chain, you begin to hallucinate, and then you lose breath, and then you die. But the hallucination is first. The illusion for you is illusion. Illusion happens first. You get to seeing things for what it's really not, and then eventually you will die. And that's because grooming, this spirit, grooming, it looks like a genuine relationship, which is the connection. But it really, it's grooming. It's grooming. And it's grooming a spirit over that person. It's grooming a spirit over that person. You got a beam that's in your eye, meaning your body is over your body, it's covering your body. You got a beam over it. But you won't know that you got a beam until you deny the spirit. Okay? You will not know you got a beam over your eye until you deny this spirit. And when this beam is over you, demons will go in to ship with you. That's what it's called in the Bible. They will go in to ship with you. Okay? And this is why some of you will see certain other dreams where the Lord will come on the ship and he will try to get a lot of things off of you. It could be wood. He trying to get wood out of you. He trying to get everything that has been planted in you in that ship that you don't even know that you did that with. Like relationship. It's a lot of ships that you don't even understand that you are with. And it's just not one. It's not a one man ship. It's many ships. Ship, the word ship at the end of relationship is what it does. It covers you. It covers you with the beam over your eye, which is over your body, your entire body, head to toe, hair to toe, underneath your feet, sole of your feet. And then those demons go in to ship with you. They go in to ship with you. Okay? Which is the same thing as relationship with you. Building a relationship with you. And all those demons follow you throughout your whole entire life. And you think that, and you'll begin to think like something is wrong with you, or you're you know, you don't know what's between real and fake. You won't know because that chain around your neck is causing you to hallucinate, which is causing illusion, and your vision is cloudy. Your vision is blurred, and you no longer can see anymore. You're blind, dumb, and deaf. And eventually it will take your breath away, that chain being around your neck, and you dangling up there. And this is in the spirit. Then you will eventually die. Okay? Because that's the thing with this person who is coming into your life who seem innocent. I mean, they look, this is genuine love, and they will long after love you, because that's what this love is. It looks genuine. It operates like it's genuine, but it's really not genuine at all. It's fake. But they will love you to the bitter end. But they really just want that bloodline, and to kill that bloodline that you have with Christ. They want that. They don't want you to be with that. They want to choke it out of you, which is why they do certain things to the innocent. They do certain things to the innocent, not those who are wicked just like them. A lot of you will think that this person loves you in this relationship. A lot of you people are going to, how can I say this? You're going to experience a sudden death because you think that just because a woman, man, is for you. You think that just because a woman loves you, you supposed to love the one that loves you, but you're going to die early because of this wrong relationship. This ship in which you are on. Relationship, I want you to understand that a relationship is just a ship that you will be resting on. You will be in that ship. That's why the Lord comes and he covers you, he clothes you, and he goes into ship with you. That's the same thing as a relationship. Okay, that word relationship is the same thing as shipping or ship with you. And they come in and they deal with you how they deal with you. Okay, it's not something that you think is you think it's a good thing. It's not a good thing. Okay, it's not a good thing. So let me just tell you this, and I'm gonna be really quick with it. But I just want you to know that how to keep the faith, you need to understand that there are many people that want the blood. There are many people out there that wants that bloodline cut off between you and Christ. There are many out there that want that bloodline cut off between you and Christ so that you will not believe in this spirit anymore. So do know that grooming is a thing. Grooming looks like genuine relationship, like a genuine loving relationship, but it's not. It's not. It's a spirit, and that spirit is over you, beaming over you. And when you deny it, you will see it. If you do not deny it, you will never know it's there. Okay? You have to deny a spirit that is evil in order for you to conquer it and to know that it's there. Other than that, you will never know that that spirit is the being that's over you. Okay? And like I said, you will see the ship and all those different things and sometimes the ship can be on I'm telling you of another dream that you could have. The ship can be over a crocodile or alligator. That means that you have a relationship with your ancestors that is wrong. It is a wrong relationship with your ancestors. That ship can be on top of an alligator or a crocodile, which is the spirit in which they call the Leviathan spirit. They call that the Leviathan spirit. And that Leviathan spirit is still the same thing, a ship. And ship represents relationship. And that relationship that you have could be with wrong, it could be a wrong relationship. Whoever is coming to ship with you, it could be a wrong relationship. That ship is wrong. Okay. But that's what grooming is. Grooming is the unseen chains that you don't see around your neck that this person that you're in a relationship with that has come to ship with you. Okay? You don't know them for who they are. You see them for that sepulchre of a tongue that's already penned, but only thing it's letting out is snakes. Okay, in the spirit, it's just going to let out snakes, and that's when you will see snakes all around you. If you're seeing in your dreams snakes all around you, that means the relationship, which is the connection you have with someone, whoever it is, even if it's a pastor, a friend, or your kids or your parents or whatever. That means if you see any snake or a big snake, for instance, if you see a snake around, that means that you are in connection with the wrong connection with this person. This person is shipping with you demonically, meaning that relationship with you is a demonized relationship. It's not love. And if it's not love, that means that person is grooming you. Grooming can look like love. Grooming is a total different spirit that other people don't recognize as grooming. It'll take you back to a relationship that you don't belong to. It'll have you thinking thoughts that you don't supposed to have with you. It'll have you in relationships wrongfully that you don't even supposed to be in. You'll start liking stuff that or liking people that you don't supposed to like. You're being groomed in the spirit. This is not the physical. This is the spirit. And it takes out place on the bloodline of your physical, yes. Because that's where it had to take place first. I mean, not first, but it had to take place on that ultimately. So a lot of times you're being groomed and don't know it. The spirit of your mother is grooming you. The spirit of your father is grooming you. The spirit of your son and daughter to parents is grooming you. And here's how. I'm going to say this real quickly. Here's how. Illusion is a big grooming system. And the spirit of that will have you believing a lie for days, months, weeks, years. A lot of us don't even know that we have a spirit of illusion, which is also known as grooming, until you see it in someone else. And then you're still grooming each other because instead of getting mad and angry at yourself, the illusion that you have is to get mad at someone else for that spirit who does it differently than you, right? So grooming is a real illusion. It's real illusion. It's real to you. Informs over you like blinders. So that's why the Lord said that a strong delusion will come over his people due to this chain being around their neck. That is through connections, wrong relationship, wrong love. That's why we are to have his love instead of building love around somebody or something else. So grooming is real. Illusion is real. Some people don't know that their mouth, and I'm going to go back to that again. Your mouth is the her that's supposed to not to be in the church. A lot of people take in literal the words of the Lord, and you can't take these words literal because in the spirit, they're doing things unaware that you don't know about. And that is that your mouth which I said can be a sepulchre, which is a grave. And it's also your tongue there, which is a ready pen. And you can let out snakes. Those are bullets out of your mouth. And they come out as negativity, shouting, yelling at whoever you're talking to, being angry, mad, frustrated, just bitter, unforgiving, not forgiving at all. Like you just doing all that. And you just gather all these different things. It also will stir up strife in an innocent person who is not like that. And it make that person go crazy. It could do that to you, to the point where you just don't want to be here, and you're tired, and you don't want to be around anyone because of how they are towards you. It can drive a mother crazy if their kids are doing this to them. One minute the child may love their mama, but the next minute, again, like I said in the previous video, the next minute that child is hating you. And that's because they just been grooming you through this spirit. Niceness is grooming. A person being nice to you all the time, that is grooming. They are grooming you through niceness. And you got to be able to pray to see this person grooming you. You cannot see this physically. You have to be able to pray to see this through somebody who's grooming you. You have to. Okay? It's just you're not gonna know who's grooming who. You're just gonna go psychotic or go crazy because all you know is that you love this person, but this person is grooming you through love, but in reality, in the end of it, they cannot stand you. They have a hatred towards you, and they're not really loving you. They've been groomed. They've been groomed by someone else, and that spirit is lingering on with them, but yet it's getting worse. It's getting worse and worse within them, but they don't know it. They will say, "But this ain't got nothing to do with demons. This ain't got nothing to do with whatever, but it really truly got a lot to do with the things that they are unaware of. They are being innocently used, because that's what it is. It's people who don't know what they do. They don't really know what they do, but they so smart. This is done through grooming. Grooming is it's a child. For example, grooming is a child that looks very smart. They may love you so much, and they show you so much love. They may seem like they on your side. A child, and I'm just being real with you. They may seem like they on your side. That child is, but they grooming you as a parent. You could be a single mother or a single father, whatever it may be. You could be a single parent by yourself, and that child come out of the womb grooming you, being that they've been groomed to put a killing to you due to the bloodline. Okay? Due to the bloodline that has been connected to you through relationship, which is the ship the demons had came into to get to you through whoever you was in close proximity with, had intimacy with, or what's the other one? Have birthed a baby from. That's why it's not wise to do these three things at all with someone you are not married to. That's why it's good to have children in wedlock and be the one that God has chosen for you. Because if it wasn't chosen by God, then Satan still can be between you and that man, and that woman. And Satan can be thriving, grooming each and every one of you to the point where somebody gonna lose their life early because they're gonna give up on life. And this is what you need to do. You need to pray this through. You need to forgive. You need to let go of the anger, let go of the pride, let go of the guilt, let go of the shame, let go of the fear. Stop gossiping, stop complaining, stop murmuring. A lot of people are being groomed through wrong relationship habits. You just are. As a family, you are. And it's time to stop it. It's not that you're being groomed by the individual person. It's the person being groomed by Satan. And so therefore, grooming you into wrong relationships with them and when you go out here into the world. It's going to make you think things are real when this is not really real. You are in an illusion, deceit, deception, sleeping with same sex, sleeping with kids, and you know you're an adult. It'll have you groomed to doing things you are not to do. I've had relationships where people were grooming my children. And that spirit is still with my children. And I have to pray all the time due to the grooming of that spirit, Satan, who used an individual to come into my life 2 times with both children. And all they do is argue all day. But I can't give up hope no matter what. All they do is want to be right over me. A lot of kids, if you are a child of God as a parent, there will be your kids who are being groomed in the spirit unknowingly will not like your mouth. They won't. They won't like your mouth because your mouth is a representation of the love of Christ instead of being groomed by Satan. Okay? That's why a lot of killing, shootings, and murders and all kind of stuff is happening through the power of that tongue. Yeah. There is power in the tongue. That's why the Lord said that he don't want her. Do you know who the her is that God was talking about? Men, you've been preaching wrong. The her that's in the church is not the woman. It's not the woman. Because even if you kick all women out, the her still gonna be in you. The her is the mouth, that tongue in which can become deadly like a grave in your mouth and shoot out snakes to your children and then have them trying to put a killing to their mother. And that can happen years on years by them children being nice to their mama, being so kind to their mama, to the bitter end, until they get her where they want her. And then eventually she loses her life early, or, because of pain and hurt, or consistently yelling at these kids, or consistently talking to these kids over and over again, repeating yourself over and over again, like overly explaining yourself. Like I said before, overly explaining yourself is not benefiting your brain, your mental capacity. It's depleting you as a whole. It's taking you up out of here quickly, slowly but quickly, an early grave. And it won't be in the time that you're supposed to live here. It'll take you to sickness, death, and diseases, stuff like that. So grooming happens early. The her that is in the church is not the women, men. The her that's in the church is that mouth, in which is in you, in which is in me, a woman, a man and a woman. The her that's in the church that the Bible speaks about is the mouth, because it holds the tongue, in which is a ready pen, ready to shoot out something. It can either shoot out snakes, scorpions, and all those things, or it be ready to aim boldly for Christ. It's either or. So the hurt is in the church that has to go because of the spirit in which it brings is that her. The her is the tongue in the mouth, the grave, because it's ready. It's got all kind of negative things to say and to build up against the parents to child and child to the parents. It's just ready. And it can stir up strife in the innocent, causing them to do the same thing back to the individual that is doing it to them. And then ultimately that innocent person will be to blame, not the person who originally began to stir up that person, the innocent person, right? It's not going to be that person saying, oh, I started it, because they're not going to remember they did. They only going to remember what you did. So because of the spirit in which it brings, remember, I have been saying this for years. This is why prayer is a must. It removes the spirit off others so you, as a child of God, can see again, therefore dodging being overcome by the spirit of illusion, which is why grooming and the grooming of a person's mouth is in the church. Remember, I said that the tongue is a little member of that bunch, and it can cover the mouth with toxic, making your mouth a ready sepulchre, which is a grave site. I said this already. Also, remember that the Father said our tongue is always a ready pen. I said that it's ready to go and without a cause. Remember that. But know this. You'll be going for every ancestor there is. You'll be going for every ancestor there is. You're going to be going hard for your ancestors. And guess what it says that your ancestors will be? Your leader. In the Bible, it speaks about how your ancestors will be your leader. Those will be your leader, meaning the person who possesses your body, that being over your body, that's your leader. That's who you follow. Whatever spirit is over you, you're going to follow it. Like I said, all they got to do is just snap and say, come on, hypnotize you and say, boom, follow. And you're going to follow it. Okay? But know this, you will be going for your ancestors hard. And they're not even, and it's not even them. It's the demons that they have participated in as they were on the face of this earth. I said this before. Maybe you will understand what I'm trying to say as I'm saying it today. Illusion, which is AKA grooming of the tongue, is always ready at all times to go and target where it goes from anybody. This spirit is the body of the curse, and the curse has a body. It's that beam over you that you don't see. It's a spirit, which is why this is not about flesh and blood. This is about the spirit and the principalities, meaning the ships, the demons that's went in the ship with you. Those principalities are there. So the curse has a body just like the Holy Spirit does. Either it's the curse, the spirit of that, or it's the Holy Spirit and the spirit of that in you, beaming through you. There are a lot of sheep in wolves' clothing. That's what they call it. That's what it's called in the Bible. There's a lot of sheep in wolves' clothing. You think they one way, but they have the spirit waiting till the time. It tells us in the Bible how the devil also waited. The devil will wait longer than us in faith. And this goes into why some of you could be interpreting wrong. You have to wait on the Lord for stuff and not just go tell your dream or say something because you could be tapping into someone else's feelings. Then you go off of that and expose that is crazy. Then this is how you know what is going on with that person through their feelings. And their feelings is not what you're supposed to be interpreting. We're all connected, okay? And we're all connected with a silver cord. But only God can show you what you see. Or Satan can show you what he heard about you. Your people, it's what he heard. He only going off of ancestral stuff, okay? And what they did in the past. And think he will know you. That's the only way he know you is through your ancestors. And will tell it to you and to someone else. I saw several demon spirits on someone I knew just come off of them trying to seduce me like this was a suit and a tie thing going on. Right? A suit and tie, where if you see in the spirit women, you'll see a woman, or you'll see a man in a black suit. Either it will be black, I know it will be black at times, or a black suit. Regardless, if it's black, that's the wrong relationship that they wanted to do. That's grooming. Whenever you see a man in black, that's grooming you. They're beginning to groom you. Black suit and tie, black jumper, black anything, black shirt, t-shirt, black pants, they're beginning to groom you. Okay, that's grooming. Watch out for this. Yeah, I saw several demon spirits on someone I knew just come up off of them trying to seduce me like this. Okay, they could not. So they didn't, because they tried. They tried this before when I was in a hotel room. They tried to take over my whole body, which they did, and put that suit over my whole entire body, covering me. And I was bound with them walking. But I was locked in a bubble in my own belly. I was locked in this bubble while watching my head dangle as I walked stuck there in the belly. So I said, not this time. I'm saying again, not this time. You won't. So I got up, I battled, and I went to war. And all I heard them demons say is, she carries power. Let's team up with her. I even had another demon stop me and tell me how they had a power, too. And that they had a power to do a certain thing, right? But even though they were standing before me and trying to be in competition with me, telling me how they had a power, they still couldn't do nothing with me. Okay? They still couldn't do nothing with me, even though they were sizing me up. They still was short, small, and not capable of doing anything to me themselves. So even though they had this power, they couldn't do nothing. They wound up moving out my way. Okay? Because illusion is real in this realm of the spirit on the outside, and in the realm of the spirit on the inside. Because even your physical is ran by a spirit, not your physical self. Not your physical itself, but your physical is ran by a spirit. So again, grooming can occur at any time from someone who is woofing, aka wolf in sheep clothing, aka barking around, aka the dogs that are sent by Satan and not sent by God himself. This is opposite of dog. Okay, God is opposite of dog, but those spirit will be grooming you, creating an illusion before you over time. just by having you see having you see for your child, you know, in a way that is not a good relationship. Have you ever seen that goes into how some of these men are too close to their kids? That's grooming. Them grooming their children and their children grooming them because their children are acting nice. Satan will groom. This is why the Lord said that he come so that he can divide. The peace he comes to do is to divide mothers from daughters, daughters from mothers, mothers-in-laws from daughters-in-laws, and fathers from sons, and sons from fathers. This is why this is being done, because grooming takes place in the spirit, where you think that this is my kind, and this my kind and with my kind, and really it is not. Really, you are being groomed into doing relationship in the wrong way, in a direction in which you think you are going in the right direction, but you're not. Yeah, because grooming is something else. I'm telling you, grooming is something else. Grooming happens in the faith, you all, which is wrong relationships, ships that you have with a lot of people on it that don't belong on it. They don't belong on that ship. And God gonna get them in order on this ship, or some of them gonna have to get off. Meaning, you gonna walk the plank. Period. So yeah, wrong relationships with your kids, like daddies that love their kids more than they love their wife. That's grooming. Grooming in two ways. Grooming in the fact that they believe more in their children than they do God. Because their kids are nice to them. Kids can groom too, by being nice, by being loving, by being kind. And really, they are a devil in disguise. So grooming, Satan is the groomer. Satan is the groomer, which is why it's not about a physical thing. It's not about whether or not these are good, these are kids. It's not about whether or not these are your parents. This is not that. Grooming happens with anyone, kids and parents, okay? And it will have you riding on this relationship, meaning following the spirit to the bitter end until you're gone early, because you are loving on who love you. Even if that is your kids, parents, or even if that is your mom and daddy, kids, crazy. So just by seeing your own child as a genius or being very smart individual, and you begin to listen to your child like they are so brilliant and just knows things, right? Instead of just knowing this is a spirit consuming my child bit by bit to take over at some time, the child don't know, and you won't know. This is why a groomer, a person who's grooming, knows another groomer. A person who's grooming knows another person who's grooming. And that's why kids are out here getting molested and raped. Okay? Because the grooming inside that child, that grooming adult will laugh at that child knowing that Satan is in that child too. This is why you got to get your kids in the book. You got to get your children in the Bible. You got to pray over your children. So the groomer will not be bothered by the other groomer. They both grooming. And you will see, because that child will begin to do things they're not to do viciously, no matter how innocent that child is. That's why the Lord said they know not what they do. Because even though you're doing it and you think you know you're doing it, you still don't know what you do. This is grooming. And it takes over. Although these are innocent souls, it's not an innocent spirit over these souls. So who knows? It's the spirit of how you know not what you do. Even if someone, even if some of them know what they doing, even if some of them know what they doing, a whole spirit is with them with a lot of demons possessing their body. And you got to begin to pray now, because those demons are no respecter of man. They don't care if your child, if that's a child or not. They don't care. They will come towards you to get into you from now on. These are illusion coming from Satan. Think of that like that. That's it. You know, when you get a call on the phone that's giving you the tone in an indirect way, but when it comes straight from the mouth of God, he shows up. He shows up for you. And that's a true relationship. A true relationship will show up for you. If you have a dream about somebody being on the phone, that's not a true relationship. You don't supposed to be that close or love your mama more than God. So if you seeing that person on the phone, that's another grooming situation, because the devil God will give, if you too close with your mama, guess what's going to happen? The devil will use your mama to tear that relationship apart because you're too close to your mother. Believe me, these things are happening. Grooming take place. Okay, wrong relationships take place. And you will see that person on the phone, because that's not the real relationship. God is the one who shows up. That's real relationship. He shows up. And that's why I say, like, a genuine relationship, people always say, you ain't building no real relationship. You talking over the phone. I like to see people face to face. That's how it really truly supposed to be in a relationship. Showing up face to face. I remember a situation, this is true now, that I was in a relationship with a guy and we had a baby together. And he used to always call me on the phone. And he never liked talking to me in person, because really he was letting me know that he was grooming me, preparing me to make it seem like, like he really liked me, but he loved me, but he didn't love me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was grooming me. That's what grooming looks like. It looks like love, but it's not love. But it will have you going back to the person too. But it's really not love. It's deception. It's illusion. So yeah, he would only call me on the phone. That's grooming. Preparing himself to be grooming me so that he can begin to do things viciously to my son, in which he wanted to do, which is to groom my son and to do things to my son, which he was already doing to my son, but he wanted to go further in it. So he had to groom me into believing something, which was a lie, by being nice at home. But as soon as he go to work, which is my son's father, as soon as he go to work, he would sit there and begin grooming me over the phone, yelling at me, screaming at me, talking to me wrongfully. But as soon as he get home, nothing said. He don't say nothing to me, nothing. He don't bother me, nothing. That's grooming. Even if he would have did it in person, because he did it in person too. But when you see that on the phone, that person is trying to groom you. That is Satan in that person. using the spirit on the outside. It's the spirit that's beaming from the inside. And that person is following Satan. And you got to pray for that person immediately. They're not wanting a relationship with you. They're wanting to groom you. Grooming looks like a relationship, but it's total opposite of each other. But they look the same. They look the same though. Grooming is a relationship opposite, total opposite. And you must know when you're being groomed into thoughts, into different types of thoughts, because thoughts move you like the wind do stuff in your body. Why? Because this is what spirit do. And the Father said at the end of this, you will be responsible for you at the end. No discrimination at all. This is why in the faith, you have to do things boldly, because that spirit does boldly take over you. So you're going to have to do things boldly because that spirit is bold too. But that spirit is with a bold lion to devour you. Right? That's why the book says that the lion comes to devour. That's Satan. So this spirit that's grooming you is bold, but it's a bold lion to devour you boldly. Your boldness is not to pray, P-R-E-Y. Your boldness is supposed to pray, P-R-A-Y. Prophesy and interpret, okay, for ultimate testimony. Then when it's complete, you testify of it. You're going to boldly speak. And I'm going to say this through your faith. Even though you boldly speak, it will seem like you're mean. Yeah, it will seem like you mean, but you will boldly speak to the spirit that is clothing whoever by doing this daily, walking in your purpose. Every single hour of your life, walk in your purpose. Purpose is a landfill, and it divides water from water, people from people, meaning your kind from your kind. It will divide you from that. So be ready in the faith to go at will. When the Father say follow, follow, and speak directly to yourself and those who are long distance through a phone, right? That's Satan. Especially when you love your mother more than God, or you love your father more than God, or you hate your father more than your mama, or you hate your mother more than your father. Even in those things, overly exhorting things in relationship is grooming. Okay? That's Satan. Satan is going to be between you and that relationship, because God is a jealous God. He don't like nobody loving somebody more than somebody else. And he sure don't like hatred, meaning that you are consistently over and over and over again using that tongue. That tongue is the her that's in the church. He don't like when you're doing that. Especially when you love your mama more than you love God. This is why the spirit of hatred is not okay, because you are wrongfully hating your mother, or loving your mother, or you wrongfully hating your father, or really you just wrongfully doing it. Even if you have an excuse for it, you still wrongfully doing it. You are too far into the left or too far into the right. Okay? Now, it's nothing wrong with hate. I mean, you can hate your mama, you can hate your father, but when you doing it, you over exhorting it, like overly explaining yourself, it can put a killing to you. Because the Lord is a jealous God. He's going to split up in peace. That He's going to bring the peace down. That peace going to have to take place. So not all listen to Christ. Some people are listening to Satan, and they are stubborn. Their stubborn is real amongst the nations. And many have tasted death because of it and have not transcended unto the glory of God, which is the heaven above the heavens. I hope you get what I'm saying, because I'm saying some stuff, some basic stuff that I know somebody out there understand what I'm saying. Because a lot of people don't know what they do, even if they seem smart, even if they seem brilliant, even if they seem like they a genius. Kanye is a perfect example of a genius. Everybody go to college is a perfect example of a genius and smart and did the right thing, and yet still come out just as chaotic as they went in. Even more, some people. So I may talk about this subject again, but for right now, that's all I have for you. So I pray that you have a good rest of your day. And God bless you.